Well, good afternoon everybody, welcome back. It's Championship football time again, and Hull City start where they left off in terms of away games last year. It is a trip to Swansea, the opening test for Hull City and Grant McCann's first game in charge. Swansea have a new manager too in Steve Cooper, and the question is, which of the new managers is going to have the upper hand come 5 o'clock this afternoon? John Brooks, the referee this afternoon, goes through the handshakes of both clubs. This is going to be a real test, as both sides have brought in new players as expected, but a couple of exits from Swansea mean they are slightly weaker than last season. They line up like this. Freddie Woodman is a new man in goal from Newcastle United. Matt Grimes take the captain's armband. Borja Baston was on loan last year at Deportivo Alvarez in Spain. Jake Bidwell, a man from QPR, comes into Swansea's team. There's no Wayne Routledge today. He isn't actually tried, considering he's been playing so much in pre-season. Their new man, Christopher Peterson, brought in yesterday, gets a place on the bench straight away. A £500,000 purchase from Heracles. Grant McCann's first official lineup then for his first league game in charge looks something like this. It hasn't got too much change from his preferred 11 from pre-season. George Long starts in goal. Eric Lehigh getting the captain's armband with Jordi de Wijs and Rhys Burke in the centre. Stephen Kingsley's back at the Liberty again, where he used to play his trade. Jared Bowen and Kamil Grzycki operating wide, with Nua Dicko getting the nod ahead of new man Tom Eaves, who ripped it up at the Liberty Stadium last year in Gillingham colours. Dan Batty is in for Marcus Henriksen, who isn't featured in the starting 11 or on the bench at all. 4 of the new men that Grant McCann has brought in all start from the bench today. They are Matt Ingram, Ryan Tafazoli, Tom Eaves and Josh Bowler, with a blend of youth in Mackenzie and Keane Lewis Potter. It will be Lewis Potter's first league game for the Tigers, should he come on. Tigers fans away to my left-hand side. About 300 of them have made the trip for the opening day of the season. The new season, new shirt, the amber with the black tiger stripes emblazed across the chest. And it's the Tigers side which has been kept together from the conclusion of last season. And as we say, Swansea have gone through a bit of a turnaround. But it is a new season, new acquisitions, new management. The question is, who's going to have the upper hand come full time? Will it be Steve Cooper and all his FA experience at England Youth? Or is Grant McCann going to take his opportunity by the scruff of the neck in his first Championship season in charge as a manager? Took Doncaster to the playoffs. Is he going to be shooting the Tigers high and aiming for the top 6? Across the country, these two are pretty much written off already. The Championship is such a strange place. Anything can happen. And on John Brooks's first whistle of the season, we are to find out what lies in store. Let's go then. The Championship is back and underway. Swansea in white, Hull in black and amber, and Swansea are playing from our right to left in the first half. First touch from Swansea goes out for a throw-in through their captain Matt Grimes, and the Swansea fans making themselves vocal very early on here at the Liberty Stadium, where the Tigers came back from 2 down as recent as April in the final league game on away territory. Nua Dicko was able to score that day, and he's operating an early press on Joe Rodon. Borja Baston caught off the ball, the first free kick given away by Grant McCann's side. Grant McCann and Cliff Byrne watching from the dugout as Steve Cooper patrols the touchline. Nigel Adkins last year was a man who stuck to the white line and almost tried to get on the pitch at every given opportunity. Kingsley wins the header in the air, untested, brought down by Connor Roberts. Swansea had 11 different goal scorers in pre-season. They won every single game and put some league sides to the sword in very convincing fashion. The question is, will they be doing the same in the league? Long ball forward, just runs through very comfortably for George Long. George Long's first responsibility is to roll the ball out casually towards Jordi de Wijs. The Tigers will look to hold possession, but also play fast-tempoed attacking play. It is a formation which many are saying will see plenty of goals in this championship campaign. Grimes tackled by Batty, and now Irvine finds Grzycki for the first time, out on the left wing. Looking to cut inside with Batty in support. Grzycki takes his chance. A little touch off Irvine, takes the sting out of the shot, and it will just trickle through for Woodman. Well won in the midfield by Batty, putting in that real high energy press within the first 2 minutes. And the Tigers able to be positive and find Grzycki early on. The back four standing off. And the Tigers invited to have that early shot. Stewart. Now Irvine. Grzycki just with a couple of ball rolls, toying here with Swansea's defence. Midfield filling in too now. Clever touch from Irvine. It's Grzycki! What a start! Kamil Grzycki, first goal on the board for the Tigers, and hopefully the first of many this season. That is a clear intention of how the Tigers want to play this season, and after 3 minutes, it is our Polish superstar who comes up with the first goal. Swansea 0, Hull City 1. And again, Grzycki given the opportunity out wide to just look after the ball, and he pairs up with Irvine, who puts in a really clever flick to return the favour, and then a nicely slotted finish. And as we say, it's hopefully the first of many for a player with many attributes. Top assist maker last year for the Tigers, and setting his stall out early with goals. Baston, Swansea's first attack of danger. Teed up to the edge of the box. But decent positioning there by the midfield. Bowen just scuttling back into aid. Here's Selina. Plenty of pace, plenty of drive in his attributes. And he's got a pass or two as well. Chance for Swansea. Jordi Device gets a significant touch, a bit of a sliced effort, but it's enough to take the ball to safety. Up towards Dicko. Bowen. And now Irvine. Grzycki could get in behind here, but the pass was too late. Grzycki back on side now, and once again asking questions, but this time he just loses his footing. That'll be played away by Connor Roberts, who got a touch and didn't concede a corner. Baston. Five minutes gone and Hull City lead at the Liberty. Selina now with Grimes. Both games last year had plenty of goals in them. The Tigers with early predatory instinct through Kamil Grzycki. Swansea in possession, looking to try and arrow the ball around. And looking as though they're shaping up with more of a 4-2-3-1 formation. As Batty does superbly well to pick out Grzycki, who's seen plenty of the ball so far. Now Jordi Device. Griesberg. Trundling forward, Irvine, well won in midfield by Swansea. Selina trying to step away from Batty, who holds his ground. Grimes onto Fulton and worked wide. Swansea trying to be dangerous out wide, trying to put the ball in with Roberts. Receiving the ball from Swansea's top scorer in pre-season, Jay Fulton, got 4 and a hat-trick against Yeovil. But the first touch from Batty betrayed him there. The ball just stepping onto his left foot. Tigers potentially with the first goal of the afternoon in the Championship then. After what was a frantic start to the season last night down at Luton Town, a 3-3 draw against Middlesbrough. A real benchmark for all Championship games to follow as Dicko gives away a free kick. Early stat to chuck out, Hull City have not won away on the opening day of the season. As Long comes out, Borja Baston was present and looking to lurk and try and get Swansea level in quick time. Out comes Lehigh. Roden going back to Woodman. He's only ever featured once against the Tigers. It was a pre-season friendly as a Newcastle United man last season. As Burke clears away. Hull have not won a Championship or Division 2 equivalent fixture away from home on the opening day since 1952. But they've set their intentions out early as Dicko manages to shield the ball into the path of Grzycki, who casually steps past Dyer. Kingsley moving forward, decent looking little ball in, but pouched comfortably by Woodman. Van der Horn bringing this one out for Swansea. Well worked across to Selina. Swansea looking a little bit dangerous now. And a low ball played in, just needs a touch. And the touch comes off Irvine, and it's a clever touch because it can set Hull in motion. Bowen now with his first real threat. Scampers away, looks to set the ball in. Dicko gets a touch, and the ball is actually going to come back, and it will be a free kick Hull City's way. And the first card of the afternoon is going to be brandished by referee John Brooks. Selina catching Lehigh, and the yellow card is distributed for the first time by John Brooks, who had the second most games at Championship level, only beaten by Rob Jones. Bowen being dangerous there, and is he going to be dangerous from a dead ball situation? Bowen and Grzycki stand over this one. Grzycki leaves this one for Bowen. It's not really going to cause any danger, and in the end it is just easily caught by Woodman. Matt Grimes. Reece Burke, and channelled back towards Long. Swansea's record against the Tigers isn't great on paper, just a single victory in the last 6 games, but they could cause problems here. Baston with Dyer steaming into the box. They'll get a second bite of the cherry though, as Roberts lays the ball off. Back with Fulton, slid out by Kingsley, and now Stewart would want to bring some calm. However, he just cannons the ball out of play for a throw-in. Grant McCann out on the touchline for the first time this afternoon. Bidwell, operating at left back, was in a bit of trouble with Bowen during the season with QPR, when he should have really seen red, when he caught him very late indeed and high around the leg. Swansea look energetic. Dyer tries to put it into the box, but a big Dutch wall in front of him in Jordi Device sees that one go out for a corner. Captain's responsibility then to whip this one in. With 5 to aim at in the box, but it's taken short as Swansea mix things up. Floated to the back post, Dyer is there, long punches away, and then a block on the line as Swansea City go ever so close to bringing themselves level. Heroic defending from the Tigers there. Swansea managing to pick out probably the smallest man on the pitch, who headed it back across, and then a blocked effort with everyone in amber throwing themselves in front of the ball. Grimes' corner, not the best, as it could only find Jackson Irvine that time. The Tigers wanting to scramble it away, looking to find Grzycki. Kingsley puts his hand up to Grzycki in apology. Swansea just getting the upper hand now in terms of possession, with Bidwell looking to play it through to Burke, and all he can do really is hack that one away. Baston tries to get it down. Bidwell, Batty goes to war with Grimes. Brought down now for Stewart, with Grzycki his best option on the left-hand side, and now Grzycki will run, trying to invite Swansea players to come and take him and take the ball away, and Dyer is the man who does so. Swansea now inside their own defence. Decent presence there from the Tigers on the edge of the box, limiting the chances for Swansea to play out of the back. Swansea without Ollie McBurney following his £20 million move to Sheffield United, and also Daniel James at Manchester United now, with a couple of their high calibre players being shown the door in the summer. It's more of a team of equal individuals as Rhys Burke goes in, asks why it shouldn't have been a free kick, but best view possible here. John Brooks, the correct decision. Grzycki trying to drop in over on that left-hand side. Swansea coming forward now. Roberts needs a good delivery. Looks to have got one. But Hull City's defence, just for the time being, is robust. Could be made to work harder as this second half wears on, as this first half keeps on motoring. Dicko, well tackled there by Joe Roden. Swansea fans in good vocals and good noise here inside the Liberty Stadium as Dyer toys with men in amber. Now Grimes. Bidwell to Selina. Simple passes for the moment for the Swans. Haven't lost at Liberty Stadium, Swansea, since Boxing Day, when Aston Villa came to town and beat them 1-0. Worked inside to find Baston, and then he gives it away. So that'll be a throw in Hull City's way. And despite that early goal, Swansea just trying to react to falling behind. A second goal would certainly give Steve Cooper's men all sorts of problems, though, as they would have to come up with a new plan. Lehigh, captain's armband on his sleeve. Throw-in just gives Hull City a bit of a extra advantage in terms of yardage. Not many to aim at. And Bowen waiting down the line, but instead it's Batty. Lehigh now moving it in. Irvine with that flick again, searching for Dicko this time. And Dicko remained pretty stationary in that phase of play. Irvine coming out to press, but the ball played over the top sees a little bit of a gap between the defence and midfield. Swansea slowing things down and deciding that they want to take the free kick instead of the advantage which was on offer. And you can hear what the Swansea fans think of that decision. Dyer trying to play the ball back to find George Byers over on that far side. Here's Batty. Well hassled in the midfield by Swansea. Selina inviting through ball, and now Bidwell tees it up. Baston's there, but wide of the target it goes. A look down to the dugout. Both Grant McCann and Cliff Byrne show some form of frustration to the men up front, but in retrospect, there wasn't too much Dicko could have done. Lehigh. Appeals from the Swansea fans for a free kick there for a fairly legal challenge. Byers gives it back towards Van der Horn. Roden, given away very cheaply, and Bowen looks to go in search of Dicko, but again, not really motoring forward that time. Teaser for Baston, as Rhys Burke got just enough on it to find Long, who came out. Chances are plenty for Swansea City then, as the minutes tick by here at the Liberty Stadium. Threaded through ball, but it will just run through towards the keeper, George Long. McCann, the manager, spun away there in disgust again at how easily the ball was able to be threaded through. Rhys Burke just leaving it a little too long, so a throw in now. Swansea don't do too much with that throw-in though, given a fair hand considering Rhys Burke left it, but now Swansea moving. Lehigh crashes into the Swansea man. More big appeals around me. As Lehigh crashed into Bidwell, John Brooks isn't going to do anything else, it would seem, apart from award a free kick. Van der Horn. Almost a bank of 5 to aim at. Playing it back towards Roberts. Dyer looking to step inside. Nathan Dyer, the man who got the goal the last time Hull City played. In terms of a victory for Swansea, more vocals from the Swansea crowd as a lunging tackle came in. It's certainly energetic, and it's coming to the boil nicely, this championship opener. Lehigh demanding his backline to push up. Dicko being pushed and shoved. Not the best throw-in. Batty comes in. He's able to win it back for the Tigers. Lehigh again looking for options. There's not too much height around him for this one. It's going to have to be played in towards the chest. And Batty wasn't able to shield that one for long enough. Swansea managed to chip it away. Jordi Device heads it. And then Rhys Burke gives away a free kick, which looked a little bit cheap. Baston. And Grzycki gets a hand on him. Swansea doing well to knock this ball around, having plenty of possession. As Van der Horn again tries to arrow it wide, looking for Bidwell. Very well read though by Lehigh. And Bowen helping out as well with a gentle header. Batty just keeps it in. Does well there, he's able to win the throw-in. Grant McCann appears to be a manager who has the opportunity to vent his frustration towards the officials. He just had a little look towards John Brooks there, the manager, over that Rhys Burke free kick decision. Batty, and now Bowen, who's been kept pretty quiet so far, but he wins a free kick. 100th appearance today for Jarrod Bowen. And pretty much all of those appearances he has produced some kind of special moment. The question is, will he do the same today? Kingsley on his former ground, carves out a cross, looking for Dicko. And that's a well-timed tackle by Stewart. Clever footwork as well from Kingsley. The Tigers with a rare opportunity. Lehigh, not much creation from the Tigers in terms of attacking from that goal in the 3rd minute. Bowen now can chest it. A slip and a trip from Irvine. Here's Grzycki, tiptoeing into the box. And he puts the ball in, looking for Dicko. It might just drop for Irvine. And then Stewart can't bring down the man or take the ball, so Swansea are on the move here. Dyer out to the right-hand side, from one end of the pitch to the other. It could trickle through to a man in white, but it is swept away by Hull City. Swansea on the counter there with real energy. All coming from a bit of a mistime moment there from Kevin Stewart, allowing that space to open up so the midfield could canter forward with Dyer alongside. Selina digging out another wide ball towards Dyer. Swansea firing it all over the place in this first half. In comes the shot, wide of the target, but no deflection on the way through. So just a goal kick for the Black and Amber of Hull. 25 minutes gone, and this Championship fixture is being played at high tempo, which the Tigers currently lead. They edge by 1-0. Short free kick, short goal kick taken by George Long. Grzycki in that little pocket of space. That invites Kingsley forward on the left. Irvine. Grzycki with pace to run onto this, but Van der Horn is going to shield this as much as possible. Did get a touch. Will just be a throw-in, I think. Grzycki feeling it might just have strayed out of play for a corner, but there was nobody else really in much appeal. Grzycki is the only man to have a shot at goal so far. Just 2 shots for the Tigers in this opening fixture so far. Swansea dominating possession and dominating the shot count as well. Jordi Device down on the ground in back play. And it looks as though Tafazoli is going to be brought on straight away here. There was always a question during the season last year between Riesberg and Jordi de Wijs over which one would end up hitting the sidelines, and it looks as though Jordi de Wijs has won that race, it would seem, because he looks to have pulled up with a problem of some sort off the ball. So one of the new men then for Grant McCann, looking like he's going to be making his way on very shortly. Ryan Tafazoli, purchased as a free agent, played of course over 100 games under Grant McCann in Peterborough colours. Well, this is an opportunity for instructions to be distributed. And certainly one man who's seen a lot of attention in black and amber colours from the manager is Nua Dicko, operating of course as the striker. We're wanting those pickings in and around the box. Just for the time being, Jordi de Wijs is staying on the pitch. He's been ushered across to the other side. He will make his way on, but Ryan Tafazoli getting warmed up and ready just in case. Well, meanwhile, up the pitch, Hull City with an opportunity inside Swansea's final third. Can they make good use of it? Well intercepted, but Kingsley trying to win it back. Fulton did well. Dyer does even better. Not helped out by Byers though, as the ball then has to go all the way back to Woodman. Bidwell moving it inside. Selina met by Lehigh, who's done well. Clever flick from Stewart. Fancy play there from the Tigers in midfield. Irvine coming to meet the ball, but then dispossessed. Good pressure from Batty. Got a thumb up from the management on the bench. Approaching the half-hour mark, and the Tigers are still making that early goal count as it's 1-0. Kamil Grzycki, hopefully the first of many. But Swansea trying to motor forward with Bidwell, then Lehigh goes down as he wrestled to win the ball, and John Brooks has offered Hull City a free kick. Poor header there from Swansea. That's not what Roden would have wanted. And this gives Hull City a chance. A second goal will calm Hull City down ever so slightly and cause Swansea to ask questions of themselves here in how they are to find that little touch to try and get themselves back in the game. Dicko. Bowen with Batty. It's Dicko's chance maybe to cross or tee it up for Lehigh. It's Lehigh's ball in, Irvine's header, but not directed on target, so it will only be a goal kick. But better there from the Tigers inside Swansea's half, able to use whatever space was at their disposal. Teeing it up for Lehigh, who will look to try and get more crosses in from deep. Tigers fans finding their voice away to my left-hand side, not here in large number, but they're trying to enjoy the Welsh weather, which is a mixture of blue and cloud, with a bit of a breeze floating in the air. Stewart does well. Grzycki will just about keep this in play. with Van der Horn to run at. Grzycki has the legs, he's got the pace, and it's turned behind by Swansea. It will be a corner. Looked for a moment to be drifting towards Woodman's goal, but it went wide. But Grzycki there causing Van der Horn problems. He was always going to win the foot race and put the ball into a dangerous area where Swansea had to come up with something to scramble it away. Mentioning in the build-up that Swansea's weaknesses come from set pieces, and the usual suspects from the back are up for this one. Not much height in Swansea's team. Van der Horn could be called upon massively here, and Baston. Angled over towards Jordi de Wijs. Managed to make the connection, but well positioned was Woodman. Jordi de Wijs having to bust a gut to work his way back here. But Swansea coming forward, 4 further ahead of Roberts. But it's worked back towards Van der Horn. Bidwell. Selina. And that's well played by Jarrod Bowen, coming back on more defensive duties. Was able to get the ball away to Nuadika. Stewart, what a clever touch that is. And he looks to thread it through for Grzycki, but the ball is just too far away from him. But Kevin Stewart there playing with a bit of freedom and showing that he has got some form of touch in his locker. So too has Dyer at the other end. Baston looking to infiltrate the box. Fulton's shot is blocked well by the Tigers' defence. Swansea still being creative, but the Tigers are repelling at the moment, as Dyer there that time brought the ball down exquisitely. Fulton, who got 4 goals in pre-season, couldn't test the keeper that time. It didn't beat the amber wall in front of him. Ball played in, it just escapes Baston, but it doesn't escape Selina. And again, his shot is blocked. Swansea with plenty of chances in this first half. And then they lose possession cheaply, thanks to some good pressure there from Dicko. Nigel Adkins was a man who loved a pen and paper to hand, and Grant McCann has done the same. However, he's left it on the floor and just making some casual notes as the half wears on. A manager who is not afraid to simply say his emotions. Bit of a strange kick there from Batty, and then Kingsley's slice brings it in field. Stewart gets out jumped, and that will go out for a goal kick. Grant McCann turning to his bench there, looking a little bit perplexed as to how Batty managed to find that angle. Out comes Lehigh. Just over the head of Grzycki, but it was the right ball to play. Dyer again has tried to pose some form of threat. Here's Byers. Hasn't had much of an involvement in this fixture. Van der Horn. Byers again, clever spin, and he looks to try and find Baston, but Kingsley does well. The ball is being pinballed all over the place on this pitch. Back with Grimes. Selina, in comes Lehigh. That came off a Swansea man as well, so it will be Hull City's throw-in. And again, Lehigh demonstrating how well he can play at right back. Just throwing himself in front of everything. Clever ball in field by Bowen, but only met a man in white. Up goes Lehigh. will fight to win that one. He's done exceptionally well with that sliding tackle, taking the ball cleanly from Baston and Long whacks it away. Little touch from Grzycki. Could only find the invisible man though for Hull City as Swansea regather. Looks to have gone out of play, that one, but Bidwell chests it down, and Swansea creating a move here with Selina. Drags it back. A well positioned was Stewart. The Tigers have been well organised on the edge of the box and just inside it too. Bowen, he steps away from Grimes. Grzycki on the move. Dicko now. A chance coming for the Tigers perhaps, but well defended by Swansea at the other end. But the Tigers showing with pace, they can get up the other end of the pitch from a defensive position. Bowen a little bit fortunate there, hacking away in on Grimes, making sure he got the ball and was able to keep motoring forward. And Dicko pulling wide that time to allow Grzycki to drop into the middle. Chances may have been a bit fewer for Hull City in this first half than what we've seen in pre-season. But we still lead by 1-0 for the time being, as Lehigh just smashes the ball against Selina. 7 minutes of normal time. Burt coming up for this one, trying to create an option. Lehigh trying to play it short, may fancy a long throw potentially. He just drops it in again, this time for Bowen. Chips it into Irvine. Bowen strikes it, but he's still warming up those boots, it would seem, as that one in the end slices wide of the target with no real trouble for Woodman in the Swansea goal. Van der Horn in possession for Swansea. Home side just taking the foot off the gas slightly here in this phase of play. Just happy to pass the ball around and try and up the percentage of the possession. Now they fancy digging a long ball out, but Lehigh once again marshalling well and cleared away by Batty. Dicko gets a touch. And that will only be a Swansea throw in that time. Clever header from Bidwell. Selina looking to get in. Rhys Burke's header, but Swansea opting to play on here rather than letting it go out for a corner. In it comes again. Chance perhaps. Wide of the target. Similar to Bowen's at the other end. Always angling away from goal. But shots have been aplenty for both teams, it would seem, in this first half. Swansea with the majority. But neither keeper, despite the large number, has been called upon too often. Dicko almost managing to outjump probably the tallest man on the pitch. Dicko is steaming in to try and get a piece of the ball, and he just leaves Roden on the deck. Was expecting larger cries for a foul there by the Swansea fans, however, wasn't to be. Good block from Bowen as well. Van der Horn again, seeing quite a lot of the ball. Operating as more of the playmaker in the back line for Swansea City. Roberts over on that far side. And again, Van der Horn searching for that arrowing ball to find Bidwell, so the Tigers have to shuffle again. Quick play from Swansea's number 24, but the offside flag is up for the first time this afternoon. Selina just overstepping the mark. Grant McCann may just want to be aware of the fact that out wide Swansea have got quite a lot of space despite setting up compact off the ball. Kingsley and Lehigh having to shuffle across quite readily, having to show good leadership quality to pull their defence and midfield around. Out comes Van der Horn with a free header. Stewart gets a touch from Baston. That will be Hull City's throw-in. 2.5 minutes of normal time. Dicko. He's got a bit of work to do here. He's driving into a dead alley at the moment. First half corner flag job, it would seem, for Noah Dicko, and unfortunately he can't do much more than put the ball out for a throw-in. But right down by the corner flag, a chance for the Tigers to potentially pin Swansea in here. That's over the head of Lehigh. Reece Burke positioned well. Now Bowen. Can't drive the ball back towards Reece Burke, and Borja Baston leaving this one when really a quick throw-in could have set Swansea off as the Tigers were still scuttling back. But in this early opening day of the season, a very close contest, separated by 1 goal. Kamil Grzycki in the 3rd minute. Van der Horn again. Potentially making this long ball of his a little too obvious. Grzycki. He's managed to get away from one man. Swansea working it back into defence. That press means it goes all the way back to the keeper. As Woodman drives it forward. Batty. Now Lehigh. Reece Burke. He'll go home towards Long. Reece Burke spinning out. There's a man coming. And he's lost possession very cheaply now then. Swansea with a late chance in the first half. Selina, decent little tackle there from Kevin Stewart. Bowen comes in with one challenge. Bidwell, decent ball in. That's headed by Kingsley. And then Lehigh brings calm and restoration to the defensive line there, which for Reece Burke, he should really have just got rid of it. And there will be 3 minutes of stoppage time to conclude the first half of the first game of the new season. Dyer, Byers. Van der Horn. Roden, almost living precariously there in his back line. Swansea have pushed everyone forward here. Grimes, only 2 men behind him. Dyer, Roberts, carves out a good-looking ball. It was just away from Baston, into the right area for a striker to feed off. In comes Stewart. Slightly clumsy aftermath, but managed to keep the ball alive, and he's able to put the ball out of play for a throw-in. One thing I've noticed about the Tigers in this first half, just creating themselves maybe 1 or 2 complicated problems when in possession defensively. Should try and keep it simple. That was good presence though from Swansea down in the final third. In comes the cross. Lehigh gets a touch. Dicko's header. Comes sprinting out with all his pace, Dicko. That's something the Tigers have got with this front three. It's hard to believe that Bowen is probably the slowest out of the 3. because he still shows that he's a great dribbler of the ball. And he pounces here from a very poor piece of play from Swansea. Bowen gets his first real shot, but again, it's his first shot on target, I should say, and really, he could do better. Maybe a couple of shots like at the KCOM Stadium against the Swans would come in much more handy in a situation like that. Wasn't too much power behind that one, merely only accuracy. Final minute of the half. Van der Horn, look how compact the Tigers are when not in possession. It's allowing the wide ball to be played to Bidwell. Selina going back towards Roden. Now Roberts queuing up on the edge of the box here, Swansea. Dyer. Grzycki on defensive duties, over it comes, and then Lehigh will just head that one behind. So a corner to come. And the last few Swansea cries before the interval then, to see if their side can get level. Only Byers and Roberts staying back, but everyone pretty much forward here. In comes the cross, played away by Lehigh, and that brings the first half of the first game of the new season to a close, and it's a good start for Hull City on the scoreboard, leading by 1-0. Kamil Grzycki with a great right-footed curling effort into the bottom corner. The difference between the two sides, and Hull City lead by that 1-0. It has been a really good start from the Tigers here. Fantastic, really in possession, being able to get up into the final third. But it is the Tigers who lead here. Swansea have had plenty of chances, but the door has been well and truly shut by the Tigers in this first half. And it's Hull City who lead by 1-0. So welcome back then for the second half here at the Liberty Stadium, and the Tigers go into the second half leading by a 1-0. Called it in commentary as Grzycki, however, Dan Batty looks as though he got the final touch, and the man on the ball right now looks as though he has got the most sneakiest of first ever professional goals. I'm sure he and Grzycki can potentially argue it later. But it doesn't matter who scores as long as it hits the back of the net, and Hull City lead by 1-0. Batty now trying to find Irvine. Dicko with a little bit of a trip there in more of a kick-out fashion. If the Tigers can start rapid again in this opening 10 minutes, it may give Swansea problems, but here comes Swansea. Baston holding it up, waiting for reinforcements to come and join him. And Dyer trying to lay the ball off for Roberts, who had overstepped the mark. Van der Horn. Ooh, little dummy inside, which was deceptive to both Hull City and Swansea there. Nigel Ekins and Cliff Byrne in conversation already at the start of the second half, and kept the players quite a while on returning for the start of the second half. But that's how Grant McCann does things. He likes to pay very close attention to detail. Dyer into Byers. Now Roberts. Neither side making a change at the start of the second half. Jordi Device still on the pitch as well after his injury scare. Van der Horn slots it through for Roberts. Now Dyer. Good chance coming here for Swansea. It drops in. Swansea City are level. And it was a faint touch. But Borja Baston will celebrate an early goal in the same minute as Hull City got theirs in the first. Borja Baston, out on the continent last year, back in Swansea City colours this year, comes up with the goal. Dyer's low ball in, and a little touch there onto the Baston. The man who is on a Premier League perspective, potentially wages and attributes of playing in the top level, has just given Swansea a precious equaliser to make it 1-1. Grzycki. Batty will come and try and win this, but Swansea starting with frantic pace. Forward Swansea come again, and they've chipped in a lovely ball which is deflected behind for a corner. But Borja Baston is the man then who's got the goal for Swansea City in exactly the same minute, but in a different half for the Swans, and that makes it 1-1. In the box again, Swansea. Reesberg may have to be careful. The ball clips the bar. Dyer, and it's going to be in again. 4 minutes into the second half, Swansea City have turned this game on its head. Talk about fast-paced, but 2 goals in the opening 4 minutes has shook Hull City to our foundations. The ball coming off the crossbar, and then Dyer playing it back in, and the man who was arrowing the ball all over the place in the first half has found himself in the box to get a touch to drive the ball past George Long. And I don't think anyone associated with Hull City would have expected a second half start like this. Swansea City having shots in the first, their first 2 chances of the second, and they lead by 2-1. Grimes trying to skittle past his man is Selina on that far side, but it will be a throw-in. Well, it didn't take Swansea long to turn it round. 5 minutes into the second half. Quite incredible the way this second half has started. Big appeal for handball against Batty. Swansea coming forward again here, and they've carved out another good looking ball for Dyer this time, and it will be a corner. The Tigers players look at one another. Will be in a state of shock at the moment. Byers. Out of play it goes again for another corner. Well, Swansea City inside 6.5 minutes here with another chance, another corner, another touch. This time gobbled up by Long. Long ball punted forward for Kamil Grzycki to chase. Looks to skittle around his man. Goal kick given. Grzycki looked very convinced. Well, the Tigers were in this position last year when they trailed by 2-0 and came back to level things up at 2-2. Swansea frantic in this second half. The audio device doing very well there, very strong, able to shield the ball out for Hull City's throw-in. Stewart. Jordi Device. Swansea with the long ball forward to Selina, utilising his pace over on that far side. It's an area they've tried to exploit many times. Dyer with a bit of space at the back post! And Long makes the save to beat it away. But where was the marking there on Dyer? Jordi Device down again. Struggling once more, it would seem. It looks as though there might have to be a change. The physios are on. Jordi Device is on his feet. But it looks as though now Grant McCann's not going to take any more chances, and Ryan Tafazoli is going to make his way onto the field for his debut. The new number 3 replacing Andre Mazouk. Device making his way over now to the sideline, but Grant McCann has made his mind up, and it will be a change as a small limp away from Jordi Device here. He'll be devastated that he's had to make his way off the field. Well, Device is off the field now, and Tafazoli straight into the equation here, as he's got to defend this corner kick with his teammates. Swung in, and Long will claim that one easily. Sent forward, but with far too much purchase on it. Swansea, as things stand, then continuing on from where they left off last season. They only lost once in April and May. Batty trying to win it again. Clever ball played forward, looking for Dyer. Kingsley having to scramble back and defend. Dyer, oh, clever touch. Invites Fulton to come and join in. But over it goes from the Swansea number 6, who couldn't get his bearings right that time. Steve Cooper trying to get more out of his players here. The man who has brought in Christopher Pedersen from Heracles, who he knew back at Liverpool when he was academy manager. His career cut short through injury. Kingsley, now Bowen. And he passes it straight out of play. Tigers haven't threatened yet in this second half. And we are 12 minutes into it. Stewart finds Tafazoli. Here he is again. Finds Kingsley. He's dug out a ball into the middle for Dicko. Batty wanted to take it off his toes, but Dicko carried on his way and wins a free kick for the Tigers. And Grzycki wants this one. Batty trying to make a move and pull a couple of Swansea men free. Needs a good delivery here from Grzycki. He's gone searching for Tafazoli, didn't find anybody. Grimes goes back towards Woodman. Saw last night in the Championship opener how the game could take so many twists and turns. And Swansea, in the space of 5 second-half minutes, completely turning their fortunes around here at home against Hull City, leading by 2-1, and they are on the prowl for more, it would seem. As they move it inside with Selina. Work to Dyer, Roberts to his right-hand side, drills in a ball, but nobody there to meet it. He's certainly got Swansea playing with high energy, that's for sure. Lehigh, now Batty. Tafazoli. Looking to find Bowen. Dicko could maybe pounce onto this. He was lurking. Out well was Woodman. Lehigh. They're going in search of Jarrod Bowen. And clever defence from Swansea. Very good passing play as well. Very comfortable with the ball at the back. Down the line for Dyer. Stewart has done really well to win the ball back there. Good area to win it too. Grzycki gives it to Stewart. He's got an oncoming danger. And free kick goes Hull City's way. John Brooks well positioned that time. Well, Grzycki needs a better delivery this time, but Bowen fancies it too. Tigers are queuing as Grzycki swings it in, and again it's overhit. Just a little look there to the dugout, Grzycki, looking for some form of sympathy. A clever spin away from Batty there by Grimes, and they've worked it so well to this right-hand side. Dyer now lurking and trying to get into the box. He's accomplished that, but he has to tee it up for Roberts. Momentum lost, but the attack's still on. Byers worked back towards Van der Horn. Now Dyer. Roberts looking to make a move. Nobody's picked him up. Roberts' ball in, cannons off Kingsley, and that'll be a corner. But that was very simple there for Swansea. They've been able really to accomplish everything they wanted to. Quick one taken. Oh, and Long makes a good save. The flag was up anyway. Right on the front post there. No man anywhere near. Tigers defence stepping away. The offside flag was raised. But what a save anyway from George Long. Tafazoli. Forced to go back towards Long as there was no real passing options in front of him. Irvine, well charged down by Fulton. Lehigh's done really well to find Bowen. Gets it down and spins. Forced back to Tafazoli. Striding forward, picks out Grzycki. 4 to aim at in the box for Grzycki. Does put the ball in. Goes in search of Jarrod Bowen. Just didn't have the height to connect. Scored one at that end last year. Might just have to wait a little longer. Of course, that goal kick, new rules, doesn't have to leave the penalty area. Here's Grzycki. That one takes a deflection. He's able to regather and he carves out a decent looking ball in. Nobody there to attack it. And behind it goes again. Josh Bowler set to come on here for Hull City. Getting his instructions netted in the final pre-season game against Doncaster. Now being chucked into the real thing, the Everton loanee. Ball over the top. Dyer makes a sufficient touch. Oh, a bit of a mix-up. Saved by Long. And then he spreads himself greatly. Dyer should really have scored. He beats the floor. He's so disappointed with himself. But Long made himself big and made himself a shield there to stop Swansea being almost out of sight. Bit of a mix-up defensively. Long making a great save with his legs first time and then throws himself in front of Dyer's second attempt. Byers, little low one played in. Swansea in the box again. Selena's cross is blocked. And Grzycki will try and find something down the wing, but again, well anticipated by Swansea. Stewart, now Irvine. There's a bit of a space here for the Tigers to use. Can they get up in number? Grzycki pokes it through, searching for Dicko. Batty. And then Dicko's a bit stationary. Long ball over the top's going to find Long. Oh, and he nearly lost it there, George Long. I think he got a little bang from Baston, but only an accidental one. Long ball forward, searching for Dicko. That's not well read by Roden. And quite unbelievably, it is given Swansea City's way, the throw-in. Changes galore then. First one's coming up after the Tigers, and Grzycki's going to make his way off, and he's going to be replaced by Bowler. And Josh Bowler making his way on, and big 6'3" Tom Eaves is going to get his debut as well for the Tigers, and Swansea fans will know him well because he scored for Gillingham in the FA Cup tie between these two. Swansea will have had to do their homework on him. Dicko the man to make way. So more height in the middle. and Swansea making their first change, and it's that George Byers is going to make his way off the field, and he will be replaced by the new man, Christopher Peterson. So on comes Christopher Pedersen. But two new attacking dangers on the pitch for the Tigers. Bowen, the one of the three who stayed on, chiselling away, trying to keep the ball in Hull City's possession. Here's Stewart. Tigers have their backs against the wall at the moment as Swansea look to have controlled the majority of this fixture. Stewart going wide to Kingsley, but Dyer doing really well. Tafazoli, Burke, Batty, well, Leaves going up for that one, but looks to have overstepped the mark, and it will be offside. So 20 minutes left to go here at the Liberty Stadium, and the Tigers need a goal to match the scoreline of last year. Woodman. Kingsley looking to battle, manages to win it. Tafazoli finds Eves. Down by that corner flag, battling hard. Hull City's throw-in. Kingsley. Now Irvine. Tries to pop it into the path of Bowler with Bowen giving charge. And out comes Woodman. Batty looking to stride forward and make something happen in black and amber. Lehigh, and now Bowen. Well, Hull's attacking intensity, trying to play as much as possible, but Swansea are able to use the diagonal ball to really keep the Tigers under pressure. But Hull just enjoying 2 or 3 minutes here where they're actually able to get into Swansea's half. Van der Horn. Roberts under pressure from Bowler, and now Bowler wins it back. Swansea a little bit naive in their defence. Hand up of apology from Roberts. Irvine taking deep breaths. He's worked so hard in the midfield. Stewart. Kingsley manages to get a touch, and that's whacked away. Tigers left it late in the pre-season friendly to get an equaliser against Doncaster. Driven forward up towards Eves, and just nodded back by Roberts. Van der Horn. Ball played forward, should be easy enough for Kingsley, and it is. Stewart. Now Eves. He's unable to keep possession. And then gives away a free kick as well. He hasn't been on the pitch long, and he's going to get himself a yellow card. Of course, Swansea fans will remember Tom Eves well. And they're giving him a piece of their mind as to what they think of him. Oh, lovely ball over the top, Baston! Well, there was a sufficient touch there from Tafazoli in the defence. Faint appeals for a penalty, but Hull City's number 3 doing very well there to get a touch. Batty. Stewart. Kingsley. Irvine finds Eves. Wearing that more favoured number 36 shirt now, Irvine. Ball threaded down the line. Batty's going to have to work hard to keep that in. And Van der Horn does well. Defensive units, he's sprayed the ball about and is able to get himself on the score sheet. His 6th goal for Swansea in 79 appearances. Van der Horn giving it back towards Woodman, trying to invite danger almost here, Swansea. Roberts, dispossessed and giving away a throw-in. Hull City now starting to really ask a couple of questions. Kingsley, play on given despite faint appeals for a free kick. Eves, Batty. Free kick goes Hull City's way. Good opportunity here for the Tigers, and I think Bowen is the man who could deliver. Batty with his first goal for the club could work his magic too here. It is Batty's delivery. Out comes Woodman. It's still going to hang around. Bowler's touch. He's got too many white around him, but he's done very well to find Batty. And it's his delivery. Woodman comes and punches. And it's only going to be a corner. But the Tigers fans over to my left-hand side feel that there could have been a penalty. Chances are beginning to brew for the Tigers. In it comes. Irvine's header! But headed behind by Swansea. Will it just drop out of play? It's going to stay in as well. Irvine must have thought he had brought Hull City level. Tafazoli. Bowler didn't jump. Stewart getting shoved all over the place, and it will be a free kick Hull City's way. Grant McCann urging his side on. Here's Bowler having a little run at Dyer. Can he carve out a cross? Dyer's done exceptionally well today, and he's able now to turn into a more defensive unit and put the ball behind for a corner. But Hull City are beginning to ask a couple of questions of Swansea's defending. 13 minutes to go. It was at this point where Hull City were able to get the first of 2 goals to bring themselves level last season. And the header this time goes over the top from Irvine, who again was the man who latched on. Woodman just taking his time, signed on loan this summer, of course, from Newcastle United. Swansea very keen to play it out from the back. And they've given it away here in their midfield. Stewart with Bowler, begging for the ball. Stewart strikes himself. Never going to trouble Woodman. Oh, given away now, Stewart. Oh, he needed to thread it into the path of Irvine. Well, Steve Potter watching on. We'll be slightly concerned that Hull City are now starting to really up the ante. Long ball played forward, which Bowen could get onto. Eves will be first to this loose ball. Eves dragging it centrally, and that could have run all the way through to Kingsley. Bowler coming right across to the right-hand side. He may fancy his chances here. Low shot comes in. Lehigh will let this one run by. Out for a corner, but with 10 minutes to go, Tigers fans are inspired. Can Hull deliver this time? And it comes. Woodman gets a hand to it. And once again, Grimes heads it away. Is it going to drop past the line? No, it's kept in. Cleared out as well. Up towards Dyer. Stewart gets a touch. But Swansea, if they can make the right pass, which Irvine in the end does in the form of a tackle, Swansea can now come forward. They've had to soak up a lot of defensive action here, Swansea, in the last 10 minutes. But now they have the ball at their disposal and may just suddenly turn the tide here at the Liberty Stadium with 9 minutes to go. It is the home side that lead by 2-1. Dyer looking to try and use twinkle toes again. Selina to the captain, Grimes. Well won back by Lehigh. Had to be patient there. He's back on his feet. Going to have to marshal back in here. Swansea creating a late chance. And they appeal for a penalty, the Swansea fans. And John Brooks remains unmoved. Tigers need to get themselves back in possession. Swansea, the longer they keep this, the longer they can dictate the final comings of this opening championship fixture. A 5-minute hammer blow at the start of the second half. A third goal would probably end it as a contest. Here's Dyer, taking as much time as possible, drawing Hull City men out. He's going to keep this one in, but just. Only two in the box to aim at. Swansea passing their way towards goal. Roberts. Dyer again. They've dug themselves a hole, but Roberts digs it out. Over towards Pedersen. Lehigh strong in the tackle. Irvine will look to try and get around Grimes here, who marshals and ushers superbly well there. met by applause around the stadium from everyone in white. Van der Hoorn scampering forward, wins a free kick as well, and looks to have taken a Tigers man out in the process. It was Batty with his first goal for the club, with the faintest of touches from Grzycki's shot. He went away celebrating. There is a bit of a contest to decide who wants to claim it. Dyer. Into play it goes, and Swansea now just eating away at the minutes. Dyer looking to spin away, and if it just got a little bit more of a touch, he could have got around the Tigers' defence and caused problems. There are 5.5 minutes of normal time. You could imagine there may be a few minutes, considering Jordi Device limped off in the second half. Fulton's delivery comes out to Grimes, met by Stewart with a strong challenge, and then cleared away by Kingsley. But Swansea here look to have wrestled possession back into their hands. Nobody's leaving just yet here, as this game is still on a knife edge, but Swansea edging closer and closer to victory. Lehigh comes in with a challenge, and in the end Hull win the ball back. But again, the hunger and desire from Swansea in midfield has been second to none in this second half. They've been so agile and quick to regain possession in the midfield. Here's Dyer. Roberts. Dyer again, worked into the middle. Roberts now. Selina, and the chance to end it goes begging for Baston. Batty trying to angle it wide for Bowen. Well read in the air by Bidwell. He's had much of a less attacking presence in this second half. He was squeezing right up the pitch to help out with Selina, but a little bit of a tweak tactically has given Swansea an opportunity, but Hull have got an opportunity with Bowen. Just could not get that ball to sit under his feet. Baston wide now for Pettersson, and he's managed to step away from Lehigh, looks to get round him again. He's fed it into the path of Selina. He's round one. Tigers are able to calm things with Irvine. Batty, Bowler. Bowen will need to make the right move here, but again, Hull City, the ball being unkind, it won't stick. Bowler gets away from one man, then he's tripped over on the far side, and that will bring a card surely. Cliffburn and Grant McCann trying to inspire the players on here with minutes very much against them now. McCann shooing players forward into the melting pot. Is anyone in amber going to get onto this free kick? In it swings. Eves could get there, but Woodman comes out and claims that one. Eves made the run. And might that be the final chance Hull City have of epic proportions. Kingsley does well to head it. Irvine run his socks off today, starting to tire, starting to struggle in the midfield. Selina working it into the middle. Grimes, Baston. Swansea looking after the ball here and chewing into these last few seconds of normal time. Well played again by Lehigh, who tosses the ball down the line for Eves. And again the ball drops into a Swansea player and they give it back in return. Irvine starting to really struggle. Beck's going to have to go back towards Long. We're into the final minute and the damage seemingly done in the first 5 minutes to put Hull City in this situation. Leading 1-0 at the break, 2 very quick fire goals from Swansea, making it 2-1. Tafazoli getting the ball, aided by the beef and onion, it would seem. Stewart. Not sure he meant that. Almost going out of play over on the far side. Bowen. Back to Lehigh. Batty. Swansea have got enforcements back here, ready to entrench. Stewart feeds it through to Eves. Again facing the wrong way. Works it now towards Rhys Burke. 4 minutes of injury time here for the Tigers. Ball is played in. Nobody out wide as Swansea head it clear. Dyer potentially digging himself a hole and given away inside the penalty area. It needed a better pass. It'll be a throw in Hull City's way. Dyer giving away possession there. There was appeals for a free kick. I think a slight piece of the ball was taken, but it needed to be a better delivery in the box. That was Hull City's potential chance. Here's Batty to the edge with Stewart. He fancies his chances. It's charged down well. Rhys Burke scampering and looking for options. Finds Lehigh. Burke on the overlap. Can he deliver across? Going in search of Eves. Now Lehigh again. Hull City trying to find something in these dire moments. Baston. Tigers asking the question of whether that should be our throw-in, but it goes Swansea's way. And now Swansea are going to utilise the stoppage time to make a couple of changes. And Carl Norton is stripped ready to come on. A man who's been at the club for sufficient years. Swansea looking to get into the penalty area to finish things. Turned behind by Rhys Burke, and that will be a corner, which may bring about the corner flag duty. Pedersen has made a difference once he's come on. And Nathan Dyer is going to make his way off the field here. And John Brooks, the referee, actually brandishing a yellow card here to Nathan Dyer. I'm sure one of the new rules is that a player can leave the field of play from the closest area. Nathan Dyer booked. And on a yellow card, he makes his way over now to be replaced by Kyle Norton. Kyle Norton into another season with the Swans coming on for these last few moments. Well, here comes the corner flag stuff, as Baston looks to try and keep it down in that territory for as long as possible. We are into the 94th minute already. There will be some time added on potentially here for Nathan Dyer's substitution. Hull desperate to win it back, clear it away. Header comes in and flicked on by Roberts. Reece Burke, oh, head injury there as Burke went in for the header. He's managed to make it to his feet. Baston, on the other hand, down on the ground, and physio treatment will be administered. Borja Baston managing to get the equaliser for Swansea, and Van der Horn able to get the next. Courtney Baker-Richardson getting ready to come on. And whether or not he'll even get a touch remains to be seen. But Hull will get the free kick, and all the men in amber shirts up inside Swansea's half. But this could be a slightly lengthy delay here as Baston still lies on the ground. Baston thankfully on his feet, making his way over to the touchline. For this free kick, Swansea are a man light. A few Tigers fans who were heading for the exits just pause by the exit area to watch this potential last attack for Hull City. Long gives it a good smack forward. Underneath it is Eaves. Bowler. It's not going to be met by Batty. Here's Lehigh. Will fight for this ball. Maybe one last chance to get it in. Stewart sets his sights. Up to find Eaves. Not going to drop kindly. Baston. Swansea in possession. Tired legs trying to work it back. Lehigh goes in with a challenge, and he's going to get a booking. Wasn't able to do anything else there, as Swansea were starting to trundle forward to try and put the icing on their cake. Looks like Hull City are going to have to wait another year at least to try and get a victory away from home. The last time it was accomplished was 2014-15, but at this standard 1952 away at Everton. There it is. That is full time here at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea City, a deadly opening 5 minutes of the second half, was the catalyst for Swansea City's half. They then had to dig deep afterwards, but they have come away with a 2-1 victory. Dan Batty able to get a goal, but Grzycki will maybe argue it out with him, as it was Grzycki's shot which took the faintest of touches. But Swansea City in the second half through Borja Baston and then Van der Horn, two very similar goals coming in from the right-hand side. And it means that Swansea have won in Grant McCann's first game in charge as manager. It's not the result we were looking for, but certainly it wasn't an upstaging by a side who, under new management themselves, will be hoping to aim high in this championship season. Swansea win this one on the opening day by 2-1.